make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But I'm break.
Yeah, man. We back again. Y'all know how we do it. It's parlay with us, man. You got me, Mr. Beans. You got Stony Cook, and you got Hustle Stacks, man. Shout out to Sean Doe. If he chimes in, he will chime in. Sean Doe's on a different schedule right now until he can make it onto the team, but he will be back. But yo, man, what's up, fellas, man? As y'all see, man, this NFL season opener 2025 going down. We got some fantasy football rosters. We're going to talk about who got, we all three of us in the league together, so we'll talk about that a little bit. And we got the NCAA football. Men's football kicked off this weekend. Week 1 is still under effect right now. We got a game coming on tonight. That's going to be a primetime, big-time game for the first weekend of NCAA football, college football. And that's what we popping off with tonight, man. So welcome, fellas. What y'all got going on, man? What up, Stoney? What's up, Stacks?
What up?
Yo, what's up? I'm amped. The season's about to start Thursday. It's about to be on, man. You know, Sundays are back. Shout out to the NFL season, man. We back here, man. We back in the building.
And then with that, I'm gonna give an applause for that. Yeah, we got some sound effects going on. We gonna start doing some shit up in here, trying to switch it up. Yo, man, if anybody out there, man, once again, man, this is Parlay with us. We do it live every Sunday, Thursday, man. We talk about NFL sports. We talk about NBA, all sports, man. We bringing you guys all that comment, all that, bravado, whatever you want to talk about, man. We gonna bring it to you when it comes to that, to the sports thing, man. And anything outside of that, we'll chime in every now and then, man, with the entertainment world. But yo, right now we're gonna talk about the NFL season opener. What y'all got going on with this season opener? What's the big games of this week? I know the games, Thursday is the beginning of the week, which is this week here. That game Thursday. What game is on Thursday? Is it the Chiefs?
No, hell no. It's the Cowboys at the Eagles.
Cowboys, Eagles. All right, that's the first game of the season. And from there, I think it's a doubleheader. No, not
on
Thursday.
Friday. That's Friday. What happened on Friday. Friday, you're gonna have
nice. You got the schedule in front of you.
Yup, the Chiefs and the Chargers on Friday.
And who else is playing Friday?
No, it's just them. It's just gonna be that one game.
So they're playing a Thursday night game and a Friday night game.
Yup, and then all the other games are gonna be on Sunday. Because you know what they did? They took away a Monday game. Because in the past they would have a doubleheader on Monday.
That's right.
So what they did was they did Thursday, Friday. All the
and
Sunday
Monday Night Football is just going to have one game.
Monday Night Football, yeah, because I think that second game was kind of like hurting people a little bit. Yeah, it was too much, too late.
Yeah,
the ratings wasn't right, so they let's move it to Friday, which is a smart move by the NFL.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move. You're totally right about that one. Because you can't get through all both, and even if you want to, that first game is like way too early. People are now getting home from work and that game's kicking off already. You know what I mean? So it might be good for the West Coast heads, but not for the guys here on the East Coast and in the mid. So you're right. I think that's a good thing to put. It's some kind of an overkill. People might say, you got Thursday, Friday, then it's college football, then it's Sunday, Monday. But hey, we're back at it, man. I think that's a good slate, and that's a good game to have on a Friday night. They're gonna bring in the viewers. Is that game on regular? Is that regular ES? Is that regular? Let's say broadcasting, or is this a streaming thing? Is this
It's gonna be on NFL Network. It looked like.
Okay.
Yeah. So NFL Network, YouTube TV.
Okay.
Well, for us, NFL Network. That's how we're gonna watch it, and then the Cowboys Eagles. That's gonna be NBC. They can't mess with that.
Right. That's national.
Going forward, Amazon got Thursday night Prime.
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, they had it since last year. That's been the thing since last year. So
I'm gonna have to subscribe to that, man, because I
you gotta have that.
I put it on pause for a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta have that Prime.
Yeah, now I gotta pause that shit.
Prime is an important channel to have. There's a lot of shit on
Prime is important. There's a lot of shows. Yo, listen, I watch so much, and Stacks know. I watch so much. So we both do
They
like
have regular TV on Prime now.
regular TV on Prime, regular TV, Riz, like really regular TV on Prime. So Prime is essential now. I got it in Prime. I got the YouTube TV, you know, like, you know, the Hulu shit and all that other shit that I don't even use. But yeah, I will be watching Thursday night games on Prime. Yeah, man, that'll be good. What else we got going on opening week, man? We got the Patriots playing Sunday against who? The Raiders?
Yep.
Against the Raiders.
Home game?
Home game against the Raiders.
You sure? I think it's at the Raiders.
No, hell no. We would have been out there if it was at the Raiders. I know that for a fact. We would have been gone. So it's here. It's in Foxborough.
Okay.
It's in Foxborough. Yep.
Okay.
They play at 1, and then you got a lot of good matchups, man. Game 1. We're gonna find out a lot about a lot of these teams that changed their roster, made improvements, did some good drafting. We're gonna find out a lot about a lot of teams early.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I'm looking at that Giants Commanders. That's gonna be a good game. I'm looking at the Giants in that game. I'm interested to see how they come out against the Commanders. The Lions Packers. Michael Parsons is gonna be on that. See how that defense.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good.
I mean, a little bit. It was just a point of no return, man. With that situation, it was no way he was gonna come back to Dallas. There's no way. It was just the damage was done. The bridge was burnt already. Like they just couldn't do it. It wasn't gonna happen. It was just a matter of who they was gonna trade him to. And I liked our chances. I thought we had the pieces to make that move. I was hoping that we got in that trade situation, but the Packers came out on top with that, man. And the Packers are gonna be good, man. That defense is gonna be better.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they traded him in the NFC. I'm surprised by it.
Exactly. That's another thing. I'm surprised they traded him in an NFC. And he said
maybe they figured out of conference they are right.
Yeah, but they might meet
out of division.
But
yeah,
playoffs time, they may meet in the wild card round.
Yeah. It's a great chance to be reached.
Great chance. The way these teams are, and they're seeding, and they'll definitely run into each other, and that's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be motivated. That's the worst person you want to go up against, a disgruntled ex-player that's ready to rip your head off, man. And Jerry Jones dropped the ball on that one, man. He got a little too cocky, a little too big for himself, and he should have took care of that a long time ago.
Yeah, that Packers Lions is big.
Yeah,
that Ravens Bills Sunday night.
That's gonna be great. Texans Rams gonna be good.
Texans Rams is gonna be good. No bullshit. Seattle 49ers might be interesting.
That's gonna be interesting. Steelers Jets.
Yeah, interesting.
Yo, he's gonna torch them dudes, man. I got a feeling he's gonna go up in there and do some damage, and everybody's gonna be like, yo, where was that at when you was with us? It's gonna be that type of game.
I think that truthfully, a lot of these games really mean something, but truthfully, you know what game really truly mean something for the first game? Patriots Raiders. Because it's really, remember, the Patriots made a shocking move. They did some things. They changed a lot. So people right now is going to want to see, with all these big changes, what the product really is. Like, is it more of the same, or is it, oh wow, we moving in the right direction type thing? And I'm talking about, this is New England fans and fans probably from outside of New England. You know what I mean? I think they want to see what this product, they want to see what all this hoopla is about.
Yeah.
So I think that Patriots game is for Sunday afternoon, midday game. That's a big game.
And guys, don't mean to cut you off, Beans, but Jabril Peppers release. What y'all think about that? That was
that's
that
of
said
course
a lot right there.
Of course, we got to talk about that. Like Stacks, what do you think about Peppers being released, knowing that he was a cornerstone of the defense?
I don't think he was a corner, may have been a cornerstone for a Belichick type defense, but not for Vrabel type defense. Vrabel like just if to play in be a safety in Vrabel's defense, you got to cover. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Like if you look back at his Tennessee days, Vrabel had safeties that could cover. And you know, I mean, Duggar would have been cut if it wasn't for the money. He would have been cut.
Right. You're right about that. That's the only problem. They can't get rid of him is the money thing.
They might have to try him at linebacker. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, they're gonna have to try him in a different area, you know, if he's gonna stay. I mean, he's gonna stay on the roster, obviously, but they mentioned that they might line him up at linebacker because you know that safety, they don't have plans for him in that role right now. They got other guys that rolled in the depth chart and got those positions locked down already, man. And it's a whole new safety secondary lineup for the Patriots, and I like that. They young, they fast, they're athletic, some new guys. I think Duggar is gonna have to try different packages. They're gonna have to use them in different packages, or they're gonna line them up at linebacker.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they in the Vrabel type defense. I don't think you can have that Rodney Harrison type safety where they just, you know, almost like a hybrid linebacker almost. But
right.
In Vrabel's defense, you know, you gotta have he wants his safety to be able to cover. They gotta be more like almost a corner, almost more than a linebacker.
More than a linebacker. That's fair to say. You may be, yeah. And that's speed too.
Yeah,
right?
Speed
yeah.
and
Speed. Yeah.
I feel like McCourty, I was sick of how long we had that guy back there, man. He was a horrible safety, man. And there was so many games where he was getting
torched,
juked out of his cleats. Like it was just horrible, man. But they kept him back there, and it just goes to show you, like,
I think he was more he was more of a director back there.
Yeah,
he was more director back there, but he was just he just I felt like he didn't have the right body type to play that safety role that he played, because he came from a cornerback. He was a cornerback and converted to a safety.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like he was they was able to like hide him a little bit. He wasn't a playmaker back there. He wasn't a playmaker. Like the cornerbacks made it real easy for him to do what he had to do in his days, but he was horrible back there. I didn't like how they kept him for all those years.
It was a Belichick guy.
Yeah, he was a Belichick
guy.
It was a Belichick guy. Let's see what else. What more teams for this opening season? I'm looking forward to see what Joe Burrow in Cincinnati do this weekend here against the Browns, the lowly Browns. And I want to see that Falcons game to see if, what Penix are going to look like. Baker Mayfield had a great season last year. Don't forget, man, like Tampa Bay had a good season. It's not like they were trash.
I think they're gonna be good this year again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To talk about the Cardinals real quick, not to cut you. I'm just gonna mention the Cardinals real quick. Keep an eye on Kyler Murray, man. I'm not too sold. Some people are. Some of you guys will say he's great, he's good. I just think he's just too small. I just feel like I'm watching those small quarterbacks from back in the days that tried to get into the league and they were just too small. What was the dude from he was a quarterback, but he ended up being something else. I can't remember.
That's a lot of
the Green Bay guy. Israel, the Rocket.
The Rocket was
the Rocket.
I mean, but he
wasn't he a quarterback?
Nah, he was
no, he wasn't.
Somebody was a quarterback in Green Bay, but they got converted. They converted.
You talk about Eric Crouch from Nebraska. That's what you talking about.
Eric Crouch, but he ended up quitting after that.
Yeah, but it was Eric Crouch. If you talk about Green Bay tried to convert him to
I mean Edelman, quarterback to receiver. I mean, so
yeah, Edelman got, but Edelman was small and you know he didn't have that he didn't show that potential.
Edelman was more of a running quarterback. He was like Edelman being like the option and shit. So it wasn't like a major transition. I mean, let me tell you something. If you're under 6 foot and you're a college quarterback, chances are you're gonna have to convert. You should know that. I mean, it's very, very rare that if you're under 6 foot. I mean, shout out to Russell Wilson. He's another small one. Russ was different. So I mean, so Doug Flutie, Doug bounced around a little bit. Kyler Murray, he's gonna bounce around a little bit. But when you're under 6 foot, it's tough. It's tough. That's a tough one. I don't see how you make it, but some of them do. But it's very rare that them guys come in and they don't change their positions.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He could sling the rock. I'm not saying he doesn't have tangible.
He has to create that space. That's the thing. He has the speed in the legs.
There you go.
Create that space.
He has to create that opening space to throw that ball. You're right. You're right.
Not going to stand in the pocket and get that off.
Yeah. He has to. And sometimes that space is only opened up for a short period of time. So
and
it has to be decisive.
Those type of quarterbacks, the Kyler Murray, the Russell Wilsons of the world, the Mike Vicks, like all these running quarterbacks, they had a good running game. So they're not always passing. They got the running game. They running the option. They got the good running back. And then that creates that play action every now and then where they scramble out the pocket and create that space and then hit their targets. That's another thing. You know, if you're accurate with your throws, you can get away with it being that short and playing that position, but you got to have that arm and you got to have that accuracy. That's what Russell Wilson had. He had that accuracy. He had Marshawn Lynch. So he had so many different options where he bought himself time when he had to pass the ball because they playing the run option. You play the play action, you run out, create that space, and you hit that target. So that's another thing with these short quarterbacks. They gotta have
Russell Wilson. Yeah, that is Russell Wilson. You're totally right about that. You guys are right about that one. I just was wondering because I know, like, how many seasons.
I wouldn't put Vic was special, so I wouldn't put him in that category.
Vic was special, but later, remember when he went to the Eagles, he was a passer. When he went to the Eagles for that little short period of time, he had a great passing season as an Eagle. He didn't run much when he went to the Eagles. And remember,
that was more Andy Reid. That was more Andy Reid, though.
Yeah, but they didn't know that they didn't know Vic had that in him because I think Vic took over for a quarterback that was a starter already.
Yeah,
and they put him in, and he
took over from McNabb. But Vic was slinging that thing. Vic was slinging that thing in ATL. Now we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, he was slinging it, but he was running it too.
He was still running in Philly. He was still running in Philly.
Yeah, he was still running.
Vic was special. Vic was if that whole
Vic
thing
was special,
the dogs didn't happen. Vic might have been
exactly. If that dog situation didn't happen, my God,
he would have won. He would have won one. He would have got a chip. I'm telling you, if Vic did not get into that dog thing, he was already there, guys. Remember, Atlanta was already building that powerhouse type of team. He just got in trouble.
Lamar Jackson reminded me of Vic a little bit with the speed. I think with the speed, Lamar Jackson to me is the fastest running quarterback in the league right now. He's fast. When he takes that, when he runs, man, he's fast.
He's a little
taller though. I like him.
I know. What y'all seen? Come on, man. What we seen Michael Vick do though?
Vic was ill, man. He was ill, man. I seen him. This guy.
Yeah, he was different.
He was different when he broke on you.
When he was on that video game, he was unstoppable too, man. They made him unstoppable in the video game, man. He was what they call that guy. He was like
he was
a name.
Yeah.
There's a name for a guy like him. There's a name for those guys.
He was a cheat code. He was a cheat code.
There you go.
He was a cheat code on Madden. No bullshit. You have Vic on Madden, you can take off on anybody.
Vic was
take off on him.
Vic was different, man.
I wouldn't put him in the category as short. He was just different quarterback.
Yeah. I don't even think it was height with him. He just got in a situation with the dogs. It was the dogs.
The
The
dogs,
dog
man.
thing set him back. He was there. I'm telling y'all, he was there. Jamal Anderson. He had done at the time. He had a couple of dudes that and they were building from that.
Yeah.
Atlanta was trying at that time when they had Vic. That owner wanted to put that money behind him and that team at that moment. He was the superstar of the league at that time. Not Brett Favre, not Brett Favre, none of them. Not even Tom Brady. It was Vic,
Mike
bro.
Vick. Mike
It
Vick
was Vic.
ill, man.
He was ill.
When he got in that, he had a defense, man. He had them on
their toes. On their toes.
They was shook. They didn't know if he was gonna run.
Sure did.
And that was just that was just the gift that he had, man. It's like, and that was the threat he had. That he had everybody on their toes. He was just so fast. They knew if he was out, he's getting minimum 10 yards, minimum.
Yep. Break it on you too, because he was that swift. Yo, that was some times watching Michael Vick. I ain't gonna lie. Like you said, Lamar's nice. A lot of these dudes who could scramble are good, but nobody could scramble like Mike Vick used to scramble. No bullshit. Cam used to scramble, but it was all size.
It was all size with him. It wasn't speed. It was short yardage.
It was all size.
Big kid, man.
But yeah, man. Football's back. It's going to be interesting. Yo, Stacks, real quick, I have to give you a shout out for the HBCU t-shirt. I like that.
Yeah, all the HBCU. My son's an HBCU graduate.
Yeah, shout out to all that. Oh, real quick with the HBCU, I got to give a shout out.
HBCU.
I got to give the shout out to the HBCU. They brought the HBCU football game to Boston yesterday at Harvard University Stadium where the Crimson play. I went to the game. It was Morehouse. The Morehouse men played Johnson C. Smith University out of North Carolina. It was a good atmosphere. The bands, the music, the showgirls, the whole thing. That was a nice atmosphere. It was enjoyable. The camaraderie with the people, with our people. That was, you wouldn't even believe that so much people just walk into it from where we parked and stuff like that. That was so proud. Like
shout
people with
shout out to Harvard for that, man.
Shout out to Harvard. Shout out to Michelle Wu, the mayor of Boston. Shout out to everybody else besides Wu that's on her team. There was some good sisters on there that was part of this whole thing that put this together. Reverend Borders, one of the reverends out here, the Borders family, his son is a Moorhead alum and all that stuff. So shout out to them. Actually, I saw the Reverend yesterday, shook my hand and gave me a dapped up, Reverend Borders. So shout out to them for bringing that through yesterday. There was a good atmosphere, guys, to bring HBCU football to New England. I think it was the first time in maybe 80-something years. I can't remember, but it's been a long time since any HBCU played in the Boston area. So that was great. Just to shot that out real quick because I did see a t-shirt from the time we was on the show and I wanted to mention that, but there was a good time to mention it. So shout out to all the HBCU. Shout out to Howard University, my daughter's alma mater. Go Bisons. And yeah.
Shout out to Albany State. That's my son's alma mater.
Exactly. Right, and that's a good thing, man. When when you're able to say that, that your kids are alums of these historical Black colleges, so that's a good thing. And in these times, we need that kind of like camaraderie. This is sweet. But moving on, let's talk some fantasy football, man. We had some fantasy football going on this weekend. We were part of a couple of drafts. I know Cook and Stacks, you guys are a part of maybe all kind of drafts. We was just in one draft together with my cousin Marty Mard. Shout out to Martin for putting together that draft that we are part of called Any Given Sunday. But that was cool. It was kind of long, like you said. We go talk about it. We could blitz on it now. I don't know if Martin see it, but I didn't like the draft order. Huh?
It wasn't because it's not. I think it's 12 of us.
12 of us.
Yeah, that's why I was a little long because we picked a lot of rounds. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I didn't like the order.
It's all good though.
No, it was good.
I don't
Stack
mind
said
it because
we did a snake draft. Stack said we should have did a snake draft.
Yeah, it's gotta be a snake draft. Like that type of draft right there is. I mean, I've been involved in them, but
I thought it was a snake draft. So it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a snake draft. If it was a snake draft, y'all would have had to. It was a couple times Beans had the back-to-back picks, and it was a couple times he didn't. So it couldn't have been a snake draft. A couple times you had back-to-back Crook, and a couple times you didn't. So it was just like. That snake draft is the way to go, and it speeds up the process. It's faster when you do a snake draft, to me.
Yeah, then we got to let them know then, because I thought it was, but a snake, because a snake draft, like you go 1 through 12, and then 12 back to 1.
Yeah, that shit moves fast, man. Fast. It like that shit seemed like it took forever. I'm like, yeah, what's going on with this right here?
Yeah, it did take forever. It did take forever. And I like you said, Stacks, when we spoke. There was players sometimes when you're like, yo, I'm about to grab, and next thing you know, you felt as though like, yo, it was a good draft. I mean, I think I did pretty decent in the first maybe 5, 6, 7 rounds, and then after that I dropped off. But I like it.
Fight. It's gonna be a
dog fight in our little league that we got going on.
Stacks got that running back I wanted though out of Washington.
Cross Camary. Oh yeah, Cross
Camary. I was on that.
I was that kid in college. I knew. I mean, I went running back heavy, man. It's a lot of.
Me too. What? I got Caleb Johnson and Genty. I got some horses, kid.
Oh yeah, you got some horses there.
I got the best. Maybe y'all sleep on Bucky Irvin for Tampa. He told that thing.
Yeah. Bucky Irvin gets busy. He gets busy. It's gonna be interesting, man.
No, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Nice season,
I was lucky. So for a person who's not a big time fantasy football player, I ended up with the first pick in the draft, and it was so funny. Stoney called me up, and he said to me, "Yo," he's like, "Yo." Because I'm like, yo, I know I fucked up last year. I didn't do it good. Like, I didn't draft the way I was supposed to. So he told me, he gave me some. He's like, this is the only time you're gonna get this. He's like, next time it ain't gonna happen like this, motherfucker. So you better take this right here. So he told me, yo, if you end up with the first pick, take Jamal Chase first.
You gotta take Chase first.
You could have went a lot of places with that one. You could have went Gibbs. You could have went
True.
Chase. I'm going Chase.
Let me tell you something.
Even Martin said to me, he said, "Cuz, if you get the first pick,
you can go. Listen. I'm a big running back guy. For me, I might have went, but you can't go wrong with Chase though. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of like, even if you didn't go Chase, let's just say if you had that, you could have. I mean, you ain't wrong to go with Justin Jefferson. Like that one pick is
it's just the quarterback that I'm worried with Justin Jefferson. I mean, no matter who the quarterback is, he gets his shit
think that's
off.
what people was. You think that's what people was worried about with that first pick?
Yes, it's the quarterback. It's a rookie. It's a rookie. I mean, what's the chemistry like? We don't know that. Like, if I don't take Chase, I'm taking Gibbs. That's me. Yeah, that's my one too. I take Gibbs over Bijan. Yeah, Bijan, I had him last year. I mean, it's a new year. Yeah. But Bijan just, I don't know. I would take Gibbs more. I think Gibbs is more.
Gibbs. Yeah.
The only thing you could really, really hint on Gibbs is that he shares the rock with Montgomery. That's the only thing with Gibbs, that they give Montgomery a lot of totes. So
that's why I picked Montgomery. I got Montgomery and I got this kid Walker. How's Kenny? Is his name Walker? What's his name? Ken Walker?
Yeah, he gonna tote it.
Oh yeah, I got him in my other roster. Yeah, he's gonna get busy. Seattle, he's gonna get busy. Walker's gonna get busy. Yo, everybody gonna
let me ask you guys.
Everybody's lineup.
Did I make a mistake on this one? And this was like, I had him. I was up against him, picking him, and I think it was Jefferson at that time, and I had that pick, or it was a Doomsday. It was one of the two.
I'm pulling up the league right now.
Did y'all think it was a smart move for me to get Devontae Adams?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, man.
I think at that point of the pick, I had Jefferson still there, and I think it was a Doomsday and somebody else.
Jefferson who? Justin Jefferson?
I think so. He was still there.
Oh yeah, you fucked up.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't look.
Cody got to back up. Look,
I think he was, but no. The reason why I said that. No, the reason why I said that. The reason why I said that was because I'm kind of counteracting what you said about who's throwing the ball to him.
Justin,
but in that spot, you got to take Jefferson in that.
Yeah, you got to take Justin. If he's, I can't believe he was.
I think he was. Don't get me wrong. He might have not been. He
couldn't have been. There's no way, Stoney, he was still there.
I don't think he was still there. There's no way. Everybody took all the top guys. All the top guys got taken.
That would have means he would have been in the second round. There's no way.
Justin, you're right. You're totally right. You're totally right.
I'm pulling up over Jettis. Hell no.
I mean, I'm looking at. Look, I got the roster right here. So look. That's why I wanted us to go over this fantasy football roster. I'm looking at T's joint. I'm looking at Stack's joint. He got Omarion Hampton, Bucky Irvin, Amon St. Brown. I like that trio.
I like that Amon St. Brown. I like
that trio. The only worry that I got on your lineup is Jaden Waddle. I'm worried about Jaden Waddle. Zay Flowers.
I'm not worried about Zay. Zay's the one over there.
I had the one over there, man. But he didn't give me the numbers that I needed one season.
Zay's the one there.
Zay's the one now. This is Zay's. Zay had a good year. Yeah, I agree, Tony. This is Zay's year. He was rookie last year.
And then the tight end, Tyler Warren, but I think Tyler Warren, he got a good upside. I think he's going to
do some I'm glad you say that because everybody laughed at me when I picked Brock Bowers last year. And Brock Bowers had a fucking year. This kid, Tyler Warren, I'm telling you, Daniel Jones, remember that chemistry with Daniel Jones had with Evan Ingram? When Daniel Jones, that was his main guy. He was throwing to Evan Ingram. That kid is I'm telling you, that tight end, he's good, man. I watched him at Penn State. He was good. I'm telling you, it's going to translate over to the league. I'm telling you, I picked him high. I just think he's going to be good. I think he's a big kid.
I love your line. Maybe let's put it this way. Let's make it easy. The only one guy that I would worry is because I don't know where his head's at is Jalen Waddle. That's it. Other than that,
I got other receivers. I don't have to really start.
Yeah. No, but he's the two. He's gonna have to do something. He might go into the one depending on Tyreek Hill situation because Tyreek's on some bullshit right now. They gave him all this fucking money and he's acting like a girl, man. He got to chill that shit. I hate when guys. I hate when these talented guys when they start getting the money, they stop bringing other shit into the picture. You remind me of Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah, I knew you were going there.
Odell Beckham, another guy. Yep. These are guys that are so talented, so gifted, but then they bring all that other shit into the picture, and that's I'm seeing that happen with Tyreek Hill. They gave him the money, man. And I'm not saying that the money is everything, but you got one of the most important things out the way. That's usually the situation with these players. It's usually always the money. All right, we took care of the money. Now it's all about the game. But it seemed like he got distractions going on in his life. He's talking about his quarterback. He's talking to this. So we don't know where his head's going to be at this upcoming season. But the number 2 wide receiver is Jaden Waddle. Jaden Waddle he's the number 2 guy, but he also had issues as well, like mentally, his season, he didn't have a good, his season was all right, but he should be that guy. He should be that solid 2. Maybe that one, depending on Hill, the way he's gonna go into the season. But that's the only worry I got. But that lineup, that Omarion Hampton, Bucky Irvin, Amon St. Brown, that trio, that 3-headed monster is crazy. Jacoby Crosby Merritt. That's also, they love him in Washington. I was hearing reports about that guy. They love him.
That was the reason they traded Robinson.
That's why they traded Robinson. And Robinson was the man over there. So that just goes to show you they got high hopes for this guy. So you got a lot of potential there, T. And then your quarter Joe Burrow. So T's gonna be a tough out, man. he's gonna be a tough out. I mean, I got the lineups here. That's why I'm going. Like I'm going over. I'm gonna go through yours, Beans.
Mhm.
So your lineup, you got Kenneth Walker, Jamar Chase, and I like McLaurin, Jamar Chase, Kenneth Walker. I like that trio. You got Mahomes at quarterback, which I like a lot. Montgomery as your number 2. You got Pittman Jr. I like that pick in the flex. I like that. Hawkinson. Rashad Bateman, that's the only guy I worry about. I don't know what he's gonna do.
I had him a couple years. He disappears at times.
He disappears.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he's up and down. He's up and down, but
I read that about him in his little bio. They were saying he's been having these up and down seasons.
Your boy, you know, he really might disappear. Remember, they picked up D Hop in the offseason, so they got Hopkins over there, so he really might disappear.
Right. Yeah. So that's the worry I got. I'm only calling out one worry.
Target. He was a good target at one point for Lamar. He was. You're right, though, Stacks. Why did I?
You're gonna get. Look, my thing. Look, my thing to you, Beans, is like this other league I'm in. There was a lot of guys like you, kind of like that was a little bit not on it like that, and then over the years they just gotten good. They just gotten better. Like it's like now they got me on my toes. You in the off season, you just gotta get better. That's it. Do your homework. Look at the rankings. Look at the reports, because this is what we do, man. This ain't no funny business. There's money involved. So you know we got to get serious with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So in the off season, you'll get better. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one pointer. Your bench. You gotta get rid of that kicker. You don't need to have a kicker on your bench. So you need to get rid of him and find somebody in the waiver wire. That person,
Fairbawn.
Yeah, you don't need a kick on the way. Yeah,
they picked that though.
That spot could be for a positional player. You don't need to have
another kicker.
Nah, right. You need to get yourself a wide receiver, a running back, somebody that's good.
I
could drop him after tomorrow. After my first.
Tonight, look at the waiver wire.
You don't need 2 kickers. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know why I picked the fucking second kicker for. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Maybe because
remember I went into auto pick, and after like my freaking 8th or 9th pick, I went into auto pick.
Yeah, I like your tight end that you got on the bench. He might be better than.
It's Stoney. You took the words out my mouth.
He might be better than the one you
started. Tight end you got from the Bears. He might be better than
Loveland. Though I did pick Loveland. I don't know.
Loveland. I was watching him.
I was watching. I would keep an eye on him. He might be better than your starting tight end. He might.
Exactly. So pay attention to that. We giving you a little something.
That was the dude I was telling you, Jeans. I was watching that dude, and you snatched him. I was like, "This motherfucker here, man." He was just sitting there. I was like, "Yo, I can't believe he's still sitting there like this."
Yeah, he was saying, but you gotten better. Your roster this year is much better than last year.
Better than it was last year. Definitely.
Last year it was trash. It was trash, man. Trash. I was gonna tell you that after the fact, because I'm trying to
that's all right. Yo, I'm learning.
Yes, I think he's gonna be. I think he'd be flip-flopping his quarterbacks, though. You got that's a position you got to watch, because Herbert and Mahomes, it's pick 'em with that. With them,
So you got to monitor that. You got to monitor that. Mahomes is going up against. You just got to
Herbert. Yeah, I got to keep an eye on both. I got to monitor it.
Yeah. So like this is some real shit, man. You got to really just be. That's what makes this so interesting, so great, man. Fantasy, man. You're the general manager, like with Jerry Jones and shit. You know, Jerry Jones a fucking man. He should be kicking his feet up and letting other people do shit. But that's what we are, man. We're the general managers, so we're monitoring our roster.
I like the Algier gets some touches, even though Bijan's the one. Algier gets a lot of touches over there.
Algier gets some touches, but.
That's the running back out of he's out of
Atlanta.
from Atlanta. Yeah.
I think you got to work on your bench a little bit. Get rid of that kicker on the bench. And get rid of that defense on the bench, because those guys ain't doing shit for you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need to, and try to get more positional players that can get you some points.
Points.
If your starter gets hurt. You know, in terms of the players, you're gonna have to do your homework. You're gonna have to go in that way, but you know, look at all the running backs that are there. Look at all the wide. You know, just look and see who you could trade off.
I'm gonna look into it.
Running back gonna be slim pickings. It always is.
Yeah, running back is gonna be
slim pickings, boy.
Let me tell you, back in the days, who was that running back that the Patriots had? Dion.
Oh yeah, Dion. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Stoney, he's still. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That was the best waiver pickup that I had in my fantasy career.
Remember that one year he was having a year and he got hurt. Remember that?
Well, yeah, he was having a year, got hurt. But the year that he had a year, he got me to the fucking Super Bowl in my fantasy. That dude, that was like the best fantasy.
It was Dion. It was Dion something. I know you
Dion something. And he ended up getting money because of that big season he had with us, man. Because he
got hurt. I think he tore his knee. He got hurt. He tore his knee up or some shit. Remember?
Yeah. Yep. He tore his knee up. So I'm about to go into my roster real quick. So this is a nice roster right here, though. So I got Genty, Kyron Williams, Lab McConkey. Like, so those three right there, that's a three-headed monster right there. That's a workhorse. Lab McConkey, you already know he's going to get busy. Kyron Williams. Genty, he's a rookie. I don't really like taking rookies like that high, but there's a lot of hype behind this guy. So I'm going to see what this hype's about. So I took him. I got Lamar as my quarterback. He was my favorite. He was my number one rated quarterback out of all the quarterbacks in this fantasy. He was a guy that if he would have been around in my other league at number 5, I would have took him. He's like, to me, he's that good because he runs the ball and he throws. So he's like he's a two-headed threat.
Two-headed threat, yeah.
When you got a guy like that, man, you don't be afraid to take a guy. He's one of the few that you would take high as a quarterback because he could run. So he could get you stats running and passing, right? And so Josh Allen too. But I think Josh Allen, he toned it down a little bit. But you know, I wouldn't take Allen as high. I would have taken Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I probably would have took Lamar with Josh. I mean, it would have been close. It would have been close.
Yeah, something about Lamar. He's on some shit this year. I think last year, I saw something in Lamar last year that I haven't seen in the past, and that's the will to win. The will to win. That tight end don't drop that pass, the Ravens would have pulled that off. I'm trying to tell you. They would have pulled that off. And I think when you got somebody that keeps getting close like that with games like that, look out for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see what you go ahead, run it down. I got some holes in there though. It ain't great. I got some holes in there though.
So I took on my flexes, I took Travis Hunter, Jerry Jeudy, and Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson, he's my favorite flex over Travis Hunter, believe it or not. Caleb Johnson, he's going to a great system that caters to guys like him. He reminds me of Le'Veon Bell, but I don't think he's gonna be the guy that's gonna be, tippy-toeing and shit through it. He's gonna be hitting that fucking hole hard. He's gonna be, he's gonna run hard. Like, he ain't gonna be tippy-toeing like Le'Veon Bell. But in terms of the body type, the potential, I see a Le'Veon Bell type of runner here. And he's the number one runner on that Steelers team. I love to run.
You ain't waste no time, huh?
Yeah, so that Jerry Jeudy.
Like, I'm like, y'all said get rid of that motherfucker. I'm like,
waste no time.
So my flex is sweet. Travis Hunter, Jerry Jeudy, Caleb Johnson. Jerry Judy's gonna be number one over there in Cleveland. Who's throwing to him? That's another story. Caleb Johnson. So DJ Moore is the only guy. Like, if I had to pick one person that I'll be worried about, it would be DJ Moore.
Yeah,
but other than that, and my bench is I got two dark horses on my bench, and that's Quinston Judkins from Cleveland. We got to see how but this I heard good things about him. And Kyle Monangai for the Bears, that they have high hopes for that guy, man. He might. You got Swift over there at number 1. How long is that gonna last? But this guy could run, man. He's one of those. He likes to juke, and he's fast. They like him over there. He might be taking that number 1 spot sooner rather than later. So, and then I like Brenton Strange, tight end out of Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. He might
some good things.
That's another situation where you could flip flop them tight ends. You might be possible to flip flop them tight ends.
Exactly, because exactly. Evan Ingram and Strange, like you could flip flop them, but pretty much Josh Downs. They say he could be a number 2 over there.
Downs, you could flip flop for DJ Moore. You could.
Right.
You could flip flop for DJ Moore. The only question I got. Kyron Williams scares me. I had him last year. He's an up and down back. Depends on what Stafford you get. Now, if you might, I think it benefits you more if Stafford is more hurt than we think, because then they might try to run it a little bit more with him. But if Stafford is around, I think they're gonna try to throw it with Puka Nacua and them guys. But and then the other Travis Hunter, I like Trav. Don't get me wrong. I think he's gonna be good, but is he how much snaps is he gonna take at receiver? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That is very reasonable. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, how many snaps is he gonna take at receivers? But I'm gonna tell you, you sleep. Cause that kid Davis from Buffalo, he's a sleeper, bro. I'm telling you, I was gonna pick him, and you picked him too. I was like,
yeah, man, I liked him. I knew when he was around at that spot, I had to get him. Even in my other squad, my other fantasy, I
agree. And that only one other one on your bench is Shaheed always starts off hot, and then he just goes away. He just goes away. Like I don't know what it is. He starts off. Remember last year's Stone? He started off on fire.
He was on fire, man.
But late round Stoney, I would have grabbed him too. I would have grabbed him.
Yeah.
Too. Yep.
There's potential there, but and then who they got at the quarterback is
they're gonna start. They already said they're gonna start Rattler. They're gonna start Rattler. Spencer.
They're gonna start Rattler, and
And was that Cleveland? That's Cleveland?
Spencer
No.
New Orleans. Oh, Spencer Rattler's going to start in New Orleans? Okay.
Yeah, he's going to start over the rookie they took over. They took that rookie over Sanders. They thought people was thinking New Orleans had an opportunity to get Sanders.
They sure did.
So
shout out to before we get off. Shout out to Matt Patricia, man, over there at Ohio State, putting in that defense for Manning, man.
For real. He sure enough did do a good job. Let's move on real quick.
Yeah.
Thanks for the fantasy update.
He might have found his niche.
Thanks guys. We're gonna talk more about fantasy during the weeks come. Y'all gonna hit me up. We're gonna converse on this 2025 NFL fantasy game.
We gotta touch on the NCAA.
That's what we're gonna touch on right now.
Yeah, we could just talk
about
what
I'm doing right now, since he already segued into it with the Ohio State versus Tennessee versus Texas. That was a good game. Yo, shout out to Matt Patricia bringing some pro level style of defense to Ohio State, where they had little Archie Manning running for his life, making big mistakes out there. That was a good game. I only got to see probably the last. No, it was the beginning. It was in the middle of it before the half. I was able to watch some of that, but yeah, good game. Ohio State. For some reason, I always catch a little bit of the Ohio State games. But what else was out there playing yesterday, Stacks? That was good.
Oh, I got a chance to watch that. That LSU Clemson was a good one.
That was a great game.
I started watching that game, guys. I had to leave the house. Clemson was up 10-3 when I had to dip halftime. What happened after halftime?
Nothing. It's adjustments. You make adjustments. Just make shout out to Chip Kelly went in and made adjustments. They started hitting on their throws, and that was it. I mean, it was a close game. It was nip and tuck the whole time, but shout out to Chip Kelly made adjustments. I actually picked LSU to win that game. I thought LSU would win that game. I just thought you can't lose 5 openers. So you got to give at some point.
Exactly.
Right.
And I just thought that that I tell you what, man. I thought that's what would have happened. This goddamn Miami defense got me beside myself already.
I know the game started. We're about to finish up on this real quick.
And Stoney know he lived in Miami, but it's Stoney. When the U is rolling, that's a different city.
I know. I was in Miami during the height of it. Ed Reed era. Jonathan Vilma, Ed Reed, Clinton Portis, McDougal, McGahee. I was part of that era, man.
This could go on and on in that era.
Jeremy Shockey. Listen, I was part of that era, the U, and I rooted for them. I was a U. I'm a U fan, Me too. I'm a U fan because they had a culture that only if you had to live there to know that culture. I knew that culture, man. This guy used to go to the same barbershop as I went to. It's just sad that he ended up in a situation. But what's the guy? Kellen Winslow Jr.
Kellen Winslow.
We go to the same barbershop. I used to kick it with him. We went to the same barbershop. Me and him. He used to come in, athletic shorts.
What happened with him? But that's another story for another day.
Story, man. It's on 4 hours sad, but I was part of that culture, that U culture. That was the culture. Larry Coker as the coach, but the coach before Larry Coker took over, he was the guy that put that team together.
Butch Davis,
exactly. Butch Davis, and they got robbed against Ohio State. They got robbed. That late flag, that came in like 20 seconds. It seemed like it was 20 minutes after the play that they threw that flag. That was horrible. That was a horrible flag on that play. It was no foul on it. If you watch that, that was a bad flag they threw on that. That's the reason why Ohio State won that year. Yeah. And the U, they were celebrating because they thought it was over, and then the flag comes in. They got robbed that year. But I was part of that. They
did. But if you look at that if you look at both of those rosters, that Miami roster was so goddamn loaded. That game shouldn't have been that close. I mean, Vince Wilfork
shouldn't have been that close.
Big shout out to Big Vince Wilfork was on that team. Vince was on that team.
Vince was on that team.
Okay.
Philip Buchanan. That team was
Philip Buchanan. Shout out to Philip Buchanan. And the quarterback, Ken Dorsey. Shout out to Ken Dorsey, man.
Ken Dorsey. Yeah.
Santana Moss' brother was there. Oh, Andre. What's my man name? Played for the Texans.
Andre.
Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson.
Yeah, that team, our Miami team was loaded, man.
So this dude came. He was kind of after me a little bit. The other running back that's good now. That was good. What's the other running back that came after McGahee and Portis? He's like I think he's damn, forgot his name, man.
Portis, it was McGahee.
Oh, Gore. Frank Gore.
Yeah, Frank Gore was after them.
Frank Gore was a little after me. So like when Frank Gore came onto the scene, that was after that culture, that
Najee Davenport and all them too.
Najee Davenport, yep. Ed Reed, man, that was my favorite player on that squad. Ed Reed was my guy, man.
He's one of the best safeties ever.
Oh man, all time, man. That's my dude,
talk
man.
about the safety because
Ed Reed.
The reason I put him up there is because he could cover. Ed could cover.
Ed was a ball hawk, man. I mean,
yeah, he was a ball hawk.
The way he ran with that ball too when he got those interceptions, I used to be like, yo, he needs to tuck that. He used to have that ball loose, but he was just
all over the place. Yeah,
he was ready to juke you, like because he's not only going to intercept the ball, he's going to take it to the house. That was his whole mindset.
Brady said whenever they played Baltimore, you always had to make sure he knew what he was.
Yep,
that's what he said.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm trying
So
to
yeah,
think
man.
some of the
Shout out
great
to you.
safeties that were been that played ball. There's so many, but yeah, they was, Ed Reed was one of the top men at that time in that era. You're right. It was him.
Yeah.
Um,
Paul
Sean Taylor. God rest his soul.
Shout
Shout out
out
to
I
Sean
knew I was
Taylor.
thinking of somebody.
Shout out to Sean Taylor.
Shout out to Troy Polamalu. Troy was good.
Troy Polamalu was good.
Yeah, Polamalu was damn good.
Yeah, he was damn good. The white boy from the Giants, he was good.
Yeah, we still talking about the U players?
Nah, just I'm thinking of another safety that was nasty. Not a U player, but what was he? He was a safety
because Jeremy Shockey was with the Giants. He was a tight. He was
good. Shockey was good in his what?
Jeremy
he was
Shockey
nice,
great man.
Yeah,
Shockey was Gronk before Gronk.
It sure was. It sure was.
Yeah, before Gronk, he was.
Sure was.
You better be ready when you tackling that dude. He's gonna run your ass over.
Shockey was different.
Shockey was different. He was Gronk before Gronk. You know what I mean? The whole persona and everything. You know what I mean? The whole persona and everything, not just the physicality. He still had that off the field persona too.
Shout out to Shockey, man.
Yep, Jeremy Shockey, man. Nice tight end. Yo, there's been some. Oh, real quick before we run off, I know we're done. Yo, Georgia beat up on Marshall. Penn State beat up on Nevada.
Shout out to Florida State beating Alabama.
Yep.
Florida State beat Alabama, beat up on Bama. Arizona State beat up on Arizona, Northern or whatever. Let me see. I'm just going. Michigan won their game. Florida. Who the hell? Why would they play Long Island? What the hell was that about? That don't even fucking make no sense.
It's just one of those games. It's just one of those.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know Long Island had a fucking football team.
Is that LIU?
Yeah, that's LIU. Says that LIU.
Yo, I know LIU got their basketball squad, right? I know they got a basketball team, but I didn't know LIU had a football
coach over there. Rod Strickland.
What are here?
Yeah.
That's wifey's alma mater. That's wifey's alma mater, LIU. So
when I see LIU, because I live down here, and I seen that game on, it said Florida versus. I said LIU got a football team.
I never knew that shit. That's funny.
That's crazy. And a football team, basketball team.
They basketball team. I've been knew about they having a basketball team, but
how big that university can't be that big, Beans.
It's right downtown Brooklyn.
But
it's a small university.
It's a small university. It's downtown Brooklyn. They might have a campus in Long Island, but it's a small university downtown Brooklyn.
They got a good program though. They getting good.
They
funding.
do have a good program. Basketball program.
That's what it comes down to.
They're in the city, but they might need to go. Stoney, they might need to go down to like a D2.
I know their basketball team. I don't think they were D1.
Yeah, they D1.
Yeah,
they D1. LIU D1.
Yeah,
D1.
They D1. LIU been D1 for years.
Yeah, they D1.
They did put some. I mean, like I said, I know LIU they had a good product in basketball. I never knew nothing about football. Period. Never.
Florida beat the dog shit out their ass.
They beat the dog shit out of them. That's crazy. Let me just go through the games real quick. Kansas State beat North Dakota. Oklahoma won their game against Illinois.
Before you go any further, shout out to that Kansas State quarterback. They go over there to Ireland and play, and the Kansas State quarterback, Pops and brother, get into an altercation, and they locked up outside the goddamn stadium beefing with each other. If that's not the most embarrassing shit I've ever seen for a kid, I felt bad for that kid, man. I was embarrassed for the kid. Like, yo, man, y'all.
So you mean the kid's family is outside arguing at the stadium in Ireland?
And they beefing, They ain't arguing, they beefing. They locked up out there. The Pops and the brother.
They locked up out there in Ireland right now.
No, they out now, but they in there locked up, tussling with each other.
Tussling.
Yeah, they exactly. That's just crazy. What about the dude that snatched dude's chain on the field and he threw it in the crowd? Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
That's just crazy. He went to snatch some dude's chain from the opponent. Snatched his chain, boom.
The football players
threw it in the crowd.
Like, I know the baseball players be drooled, But the football players is jeweled up. You see them? They be wearing their jewels in the game.
They be jeweled. I don't know why.
Who started it? You know who started it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell y'all who started it recently. Recent. I feel so. And it's from college football. Shador.
Yeah. In the game with a chain on. Yep.
In the game with the chain on.
Man, that chain he had at the
draft. Am I lying on right? That Stacks. Think about it.
No business wearing that shit.
Go back to Jackson State. He was wearing the chain during the game.
But yo, you remember?
Go back to Jackson State.
You remember when we played coach? You had to take all that shit out your ears. All that shit was coming off. But now they see them take their helmet on. They got the earrings on. I'm like, this shit, wow.
Yep.
I mean, them baseball players, man, they be trunk out there, man. Them motherfuckers
the baseball players always been like that though. They always
be like this thick, man, on their neck, man. They be on
contest the other day. Remember Mike took off from the free throw with the jewels on, right?
yeah.
I remember that. Yo, if I could cop that poster with Mike with the jewels on. Like I put that up in my room. Like, yo, I gotta have this poster right. With the jewels on.
Yeah, he had the plain chain on with that. I saw that. I know which one you're talking about.
He had like he had three chains on. Remember, Mike was in the dunk contest with the chains on.
I thought it was one. Oh, it was
like three chains.
He had like three little chains. He had 3 chokes on. He had like 3 chokes. He had one was longer than the other, but they were like 3 little small joints. Yeah, you're right.
Mike had the jewels on in the dunk.
He had the jewels on in that dunk contest. That's right. You're right.
I mean, if I was a baseball player, I'll have a Cuban. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
But them baseball players do be jeweled up though.
Cuban, man.
Stacks is right. Stacks is right. Them dudes be jeweled up. They be having a chain underneath the jersey.
Jewels.
They be having
the Jesus piece and all. Like, yo, that's
that's what I'm talking about.
But at least with them, the way that you can see it. That's the only sport I feel like you can rock jewelry because you're not really doing too much unless I mean, when they slide and shit like that, but there's nothing that's gonna really like
because they tuck it when they're really doing it. When they get up the back, the chain really gets tucked in. So, like you said, if they got you know what I mean.
But you can see it though. That's why I like it because you can see it like in the back. So it's a reason, you know, they got a reason to wear it. You can see it, it's tucked in, but you can see it. And
that'd be stony people, that'd be the Dominicans, right? With the jewels on.
Oh man, them
y'all started that shit, Stony. Y'all started.
Y'all did.
Maybe
Poppy had the jewels on, man. Poppy was one of the first ones with the jewels on.
David Ortiz, man. Yeah, that motherfucker. Fernando Tatis Jr., he be rocking shit.
That's Tatis. I think your boy did too, though, Stony. What's my man name we had for a little bit here? The shortstop.
Oh, Renteria?
No. Not Renteria. The one they traded a couple years ago. The one they traded. Yeah, the one they traded a couple years ago, 2 years ago.
Bogarts.
Yeah. But Bogarts, he's from Aruba though.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's from Aruba?
Yeah, he's not Dominican. I mean, look, he got the look, but yeah, he's
my fault, Stony. All y'all.
Yeah,
y'all start talking.
Nah, you know,
y'all start talking that shit. You all sound the same to me.
Yeah, he's from Aruba and shit. But
okay.
Yo, Stony, but Aruba, like say if a person from Aruba speaks Spanish, you can understand a little bit or the whole thing.
I never really spoke to a like.
But I think
I don't know if they lingo.
So
Aruba is
no. Aruba's languages is a Dutch, French, and they have a little bit of Spaniard in their language too. But they're more. It depends on what part of the island or where you from. There's Curacao, there's Bonaire, but in Aruba it's more of a Dutch language.
You been there, Beans?
No, I haven't touched the Dutch islands yet. The Aruba, Curacao,
I've
been
been to Aruba. Aruba's nice.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's nice. They got great all inclusive resorts. They really good for that out there.
Yeah, they big for that. Yeah.
You walk to the beach type of setup. They good for that. They got that type of setup where you just walk into the beach. It's like
a small island, so it's not too much to really venture. From what I've heard, that's why I wasn't really. That's why I wasn't really too interested. But then there's Curacao, which is another part of the ABC Islands, And that's right now one of the destinations that people are hitting up right now. So I'm gonna probably see that soon is Curacao. So and that's another Dutch, Caribbean, French type of thing. And then I heard Curacao got a Spanish side of it because they're very close to Venezuela. So they have a Spanish community background too in Curacao. So I'm gonna take a look at that. I come to find out real quick, little history thing on my side. My great grandmother on my mom's side was from Curacao. Just found that out. So within this past year, since my grandmother passed, I found out her grandmother was from Curacao. So with Dutch West Indies. So that's something I want to go visit just to experience and see what that is, since my family trait comes back from there too. But yo, we had a good show. We got opening week coming up on Thursday.
Kickoff season.
Kickoff season. Kickoff is Thursday, so we're gonna see what's popping off. If we are able to convene, we will convene with each other and get it going before the kickoff the season. So guys, it was a great show. I know we about to get in on with T. What's the situation with this Miami
0-0?
Yeah, so we're about to get into it. That's good. Any last comments you guys got before we sign off?
Thursday, we gotta have the pre-show for the NFL opener, Eagles, Cowboys. We definitely got to get on Thursday night. We're gonna have something special for you guys. We're gonna have futures on that show. A couple of futures,
right.
Back to the picks, you guys.
Back to the picks. Hold on, I gotta give you some shit for that, man.
We want to give them who's coming out there. All of us. We're gonna give everybody who we think is gonna come out the AFC, NFC, and who's gonna win the Super Bowl.
Cool. For that,
I'm gonna have that for guys next week.
I'm gonna give you a gunshot and some applause for that. We have to bring back the Stony Sports Book so we could give y'all some. We have to bring that back. That will return this Thursday because football is back. The Stony Sports Book will be back in effect. Sean Doe will hopefully be here to give you some of his picks and some of his parlays, and we're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna jump back on it. It's been a while since I've been on any betting sites or anything like that, but football is back, so it's time to warm that seat back up. Guys, we'll see each other on Thursday. We'll get it cracking again and start off this season the right way. So I'll see you guys. T, shout out to you with the HBCU t-shirt again. And Stack, I'll see you.
B said, is this Long Island right here?
Wasn't that? I was like, what? What are they even doing on here? Like,
I didn't know they had a football team.
I swear to God, I did it. I did not. And I didn't know they was in D1. Now y'all hit me with something. I thought LIU was always a D2 school. I swear to God, and no disrespect to LIU.
D1 in but sometimes you could be D1 in basketball and like 1AA in football. I thought that's what they was.
Yeah, some kind of 1AA. I swear to God, like I know that's wifey's alma mater. She went to school there, but I'm telling you, I did not know that they were D1 this whole time. So y'all hit me to something new. Shout out to LIU. No disrespect to New York, Long Island University. It is a good school. It's a good campus downtown Brooklyn. That shit is fun. I remember spending a lot of time down there. So yeah, man, we'll see each other next week. Cook, Stacks, we out. Peace.
God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, sun get through.